couple of videos ago, I reacted to my ATAR and I got 96.95, which is very high. That's like top 5%. I beat I'm in the 95th percentile, beating 95% of my cohort. The thing is, I'm not going to university. Even though with the incredible ATAR, I don't think I'm going to go to university. I'm taking a gap year. I still have the option to go to university next year, but I don't think university is the right thing for me to do personally, because I can't think of myself dedicating 3 years of my life to full-time study to a degree, because it was going to be a Bachelor of Commerce, a degree that has only theory rather than practical skills. Like perhaps you have the skills, but you do not have the experience or the learnings from actually being on the field in the battlegrounds of business. My other friends, they have gone to uni. I think two of them. Yeah, two of them. Another one's going to university next year for ADFA, which is the Australian Defence Force Academy. Those guys, their university experience, like when they're telling stories when we meet up, it sort of is giving me fear of missing out, also known as FOMO. I don't know why. It's almost like there's some association with university with a social life. Like I think I was watching an Alex Hormozy video. He was sitting down with a 19-year-old who was going through the same thought process of whether he should drop out of university or not, because he wants to go down that entrepreneurial pathway. Well, the 19-year-old said to Alex, well, I won't have a social life. He's like, yes, you can have a social life. You can work full time. If the main point of going to university for you is to have a social life, you might as well get a full-time job and go partying every night, because you'll be debt-free with cash in the bank while still having a social life. I can still have my social life with my friends and buddies. Also, it's very hard as a 17-year-old, because most of the 18-year-olds go to town in our city. Also, there's a lot of alone time. Like, I'm not surrounded by my own peers all the time. That's where the fear of missing out is coming from, is because in school, we've been preconditioned to be surrounded by our own fellow pupils for the longest time, for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. Like, we would see them in and out. But then after high school graduation, whether we go to university or not, if you go to university, you're surrounded by that same cohort again. But if you take the gap year or don't attend at all, who are you surrounded by? Your friends mainly? Your family? Like, you don't really get to see your pupils a lot. Maybe outside in the real world, but that's where the fear of missing out is coming from, is not being surrounded by my pupils. I'm going down the entrepreneurial pathway, and now university isn't the necessary path to becoming wealthy. Gaining a high income skill has been the new pathway to success. Well, however you define success. Financial success, like sure, you can get your 3-year degree, become a financial banker, and then own a hedge fund by the age of 55, become a millionaire. But I'd rather be making 10K a month online as a 22-year-old or a 30-year-old, being able to travel around the world, having to not answer to a boss, and having the freedom to work on myself, because that's the goal. Creating enough wealth that I can quit my own job, work on my hustle, but also work on myself, because what's the point of life if I'm not able to enjoy it? If I have to slave away at a job just to pay some bills. I'd rather not be restrained by that restriction, but be financially free, thus have the freedom to be whatever I want to be. I can choose to go to the gym. I can choose to read as many books as I want. I can choose to go on a holiday, go to Japan, go to Europe, while still making money online, because it's high leverage decisions that will give me the most benefit. Not having to tie my time to my money. That is the ultimate freedom. But I think because most people don't venture outside of the normal system of graduating high school, go to university, get your degree, get a job, work, save up, find a wife, have a family, have a house, buy a house, do it on a mortgage. Like, is it something you truly want? Or is it because you conform and listen to the system because it has always worked? I don't know. Again, this gap year is for me to think. I think I'd rather work up in some company as a salesman, because again, I get to learn sales as a skill, a high income skill, and then transfer it to anything. I'd rather do that than be at lectures, take exams for 3 years and earn a degree without having any skin in the game. So yeah, you're looking at a highly academic achieving person who's choosing to not go down the institutional way. And they even offered me, I think, a 10 grand scholarship, so 30 grand in total for every year of my degree. I still declined. Because I still didn't want that debt, man. I know, like in Australia, it's like 12 grand a year. Like you Americans, like 180 grand for like a 3-year degree. Like that's outrageous. That is outrageous. Like college degrees have been so hyperinflated. Unless you're becoming a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, like understand that, go to university for those kind of careers. But like I want to make money, like I don't need a degree. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, and thank you for watching.